Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Fraser coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Sunday, March 13th at approximately 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm coming to you today with a cross-stitching March Madness bracket update. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is my channel where I talk mainly about some of the crafts that I like to do, mainly cross-stitch, some diamond painting, some other crafts thrown in like crochet and paper crafting and whatnot. I talk about some of my hobbies like ghost hunting and just various things I do like video games and board games and stuff like that, and talk about a little bit about life thrown in. If this is your first time here, welcome. Hopefully you'll find something in this video that you can get some use out of. If you're returning, thank you very much for coming back. Hopefully you'll enjoy this video enough to stick around and watch it all the way through. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. It's always great to spend some time with some good friends in the stitching community and just in general. So welcome. If you're new or you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to click the subscription button below in the description box and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. Right now it's been about 9 days since my last video was published, but I'm coming to you with an update because I'm getting ready to start the next bracket in my March Stitchy Madness challenge going on. So those of you that have been around the FlossTube community here on YouTube, FlossTube is a subset of YouTube where people discuss their love of cross stitch, thus FlossTube, because we use embroidery floss to stitch projects. So the Steel City Stitchers here on YouTube started March Madness a couple years ago, a little bit in response to Mania, M-A-Y-N-I-A. That was a really popular Facebook group the last several years where they set up a bracket much like the basketball brackets for tournaments, and they set up an 8-project bracket system where you pit projects against each other, and each competition gets a winner, and then you get it down to one project, and then the goal is to finish that project by the end of the month. So everybody does their brackets a little different. My bracket has 8 things on it. Hold on just a minute, I have to get my bracket out for you. So here is my stitching clipboard where I keep track of all the stitching projects that I have going on at any given time. And I'll pull where's my bracket? There's my bracket. All right, so here is my Steel City Stitchers March Stitchy Madness bracket. Okay, so you see here I have my bracket filled out, the first 8 pieces. I decided this year that I was going to do competition between 4 whips and 4 new starts. So I went down and picked the 4 whips that I wanted to do, and then I put new starts next to them. So I have different brackets. So this first one, I've finished the stitching for this this first bracket here, and I'm ready to pick the winners to move on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stitch counts for the pieces that are over here. And for this first bracket, sorry about that, you guys. For this first bracket, I am going to be rolling a D20 for every 20 stitches each piece has that I did on the pieces this week. So I'll have to update the stitch counts for the last 3 or the last 2 stitches, Saltwater Scrapbook and Jackalopean Tapestry from Lindy Stitches. I'll have to update the stitch counts for those before I go on. But anyway, I'm going to be rolling a D20. My husband and I are avid board gamers. So we have these Origins dice sets from Origins Game Fair. That is a big international game convention that's held every June here in Origins. So each dice set has 2d6, a d4, 2d10, a d12, a d8, and a d20. So each of the sets looks like this. So the ones I'm going to be rolling for this challenge are the D20. So there's 20 faces on this die. So what I'm going to do is for every 20 stitches, I'm going to roll that number of dice, D20, to determine that project score. And the winner will move over to the next bracket. And then I'll spend this week stitching on these projects, these 4 projects here. And then after I get done stitching on those 4 projects, I will be rolling a D12. I haven't decided if I'm going to leave it at 20 stitches. I might drop it to 15 stitches. I might drop it to 10 stitches and roll that many D12s for each of the projects. Then when I get over to here, I'm going to roll a D6 between the 2. And once I got their stitch counts, I'm going to roll a D6 to pick the winner. And I don't know what my goal is going to be for the winner. I don't know if it's just going to be, that's the one that won that year, or what, or how I'm going to do that just yet. I haven't gotten quite over to here yet. But anyway, so tonight's video, I'm going to be taking these 8 pieces that I stitched on up until this week. It took me just about 2 weeks to get through the stitching on it. I am going to roll my D20 on video for you and pick my winners for this coming week so I can work on these. And then next week I will do the, or maybe the end of this week on my birthday. My birthday is Friday, March 18th, by the way. I turned 51. I'm excited for that. I have Friday off for my birthday and Monday that following week, so that'll be fun. I have a lot of plans going on. Like I'm hoping to go see the Downton Abbey movie, and there's a couple other things that I want to go see, like Cyrano and Uma, U-M-M-A. So I'm really hoping to go to the movies. I think I'm going to have a big movie weekend this weekend. But anyway, so tonight's video is going to be rolling the dice for you to pick my winners to move on to the next bracket. So that is my plan for this video. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hold on just a minute. I have to reference my sheet here. And bear with me. I do have all of my projects down here so I can show you what I did on each of the pieces, how many, what my progress was. So this is going to be a little bit of a progress update video as well. All right, so for Saltwater Scrapbook, the last ones. So Saltwater Scrapbook had 109 stitches.
They're those ones that look like kind of like AA batteries, but big.
Hold on just a minute. Hi, so sorry about that. I had to pause the video while my husband came downstairs. He was talking to his brother in Cleveland, Ohio on the phone, and I just didn't want to have the conversation kind of muddle everything going on with me. So, all right. Anyway, as I was saying, I got the stitch counts for my last 2 pieces on here. So, I will go and actually, before I do the rolling and move on, I will show you the updates of this. So you see the first piece that I worked on for March Stitchy Madness was my StitchCon Small. So I am going to StitchCon Weekend B in June, which is, give me just a minute, which is the weekend, I believe, of the 17th, 18th, and 19th. Origins Game Fair is the week of June 8th through 12th, and StitchCon is StitchCon Weekend B is the following weekend, the 17th, 18th, and 19th. I will be going down on Thursday the 16th, Thursday night the 16th. I have a room reservation down there for my room on Thursday night, so I'll be going down Thursday and staying until Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, I am doing my StitchCon Small. My StitchCon Small was the first thing. So I can't really show you my StitchCon Small 100%. I can show you a little bit of the back, so you'll get a little bit of the back. So there is a little bit of my StitchCon Small, so you'll get kind of an idea. This is the back, so yeah, it's going to look backwards. But anyway, I am stitching this on a piece of color and cotton hand-dyed fabric in the colorway Pixie. This is a 36 count Edinburgh linen, And I am doing, this is partly over 2 and partly over 1. So what you're seeing here is a little bit of the over 1 with a little bit of the 2 on top of it. So I kind of designed this piece myself, and so my StitchCon Small is going to be a personally designed piece, but it's stitched on this really pretty piece of kind of purplish pixie color fabric by Color and Cotton in the colorway Pixie. Okay, so this is my StitchCon Small. I did work on this. My StitchCon Small, I put 92 stitches in on it the week or the day that I stitched on it for March Stitchy Madness. So that means 92 stitches. Every 20 stitches, that means I'm rolling 4 D20 for it. So I have the 4, I have my dice. I have 5 dice. So I'll just roll, you know, I'll just roll them multiple times if I have to get it. So this piece, if you look here, this piece went up against a new start for me, Mill Hill Baby Jesus. Okay. So this is the Mill Hill Baby Jesus. I have all of the Nativity Trilogy sets for from Mill Hill for this thing. It's Mary, Joseph, Baby Jesus, the 3 wise men, angels, and whatnot. So this is the Baby Jesus kit, and it came with everything you see here. This was a new start for me, and this is as far as I've gotten. Let me make sure. I think that is the swaddle. Yep. So this is, let me go ahead and use this. This is the swaddle. The swaddling cloth around Baby Jesus. So you have the swaddling cloth around Baby Jesus. That is what I got. I stitched, the night I stitched this, that is 85 stitches. So this one will also get 4 D20 when I roll. Okay? I'm going to go through all the projects and then pick my winners. So there you go. There's Baby Jesus, 85 stitches. So I didn't necessarily try to keep them even. I did, but I didn't. I kind of wanted to, I didn't want there to be like a specific blowout. There's still a chance that they could be a blowout. You know, like if I roll ones or very low numbers for 1 or 2 of the projects, then yeah, there could be a blowout or an upset, as you might call them. So anyway, those are the first 2. Baby Jesus and my StitchCon Small. Okay. All right. So anyway, all right. The next 2, and that was, I called that small punches. That was my Stitchy Madness thing. So my next bracket is my Amish advancing bracket. So my first piece, my first whip was Amid Amish Life. And Amid Amish Life, I did 211 stitches. So I will roll 10 D20. So I will roll these twice and tally up their score. All right. And that was put up against Diane Graebner's Evening Feed. That was a new start for me. That had 208 stitches. So I will also be rolling 10 dice for that. So let me show you Amid Amish Life first. You guys have probably seen that. So my 208 stitches on this were done for the white of the house, the white siding in the house. Okay, so sorry about the extra fabric, but my 208 stitches were put in the siding of the house. So you can see all the white stitches here. All of this white was filled in the night that I worked on it. So that is where I'm at on Amid Amish Life. I was filling in the house. That got 208 stitches. Put this back in the bag. I'm trying to keep these a little organized so I don't have a big mess. And that went up against Diane Graebner's Evening Feed. Diane Graebner is an older designer. who's been around a while, and she does Amish designs, Diane Gravener designs. This is Evening Feed. Okay, this was a new start. I am doing this on a piece of 28 count light blue even weave, and this is as far as I got. So this is as far as I got. This is the Amish girl's dress. Okay, so that was my progress on that for March Stitchy Madness. And again, this one had 208 stitches. So I will be rolling 10 dice to determine this project's score. Okay? The next bracket I call the push it bracket because I pit Pandemic against the Pin Umbrella Painter Kit. The Pin Umbrella Painter Kit was a new start for me, and Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers is one of my bigger pieces. I'm stitching the Pandemic Long Dog Samplers piece on a piece of personally hand-dyed linen. I used dye to dye it, and actually it's even weave, and I'm using sulky variegated thread, 1 strand over 2. So yeah, I decided to put the pit the peas up against it and call that push it. So Pandemic, I got 173 stitches in on it, and the Pin Umbrella Painter had 91. So this one could be a little bit of a blowout. But I will show you the progress on that. So here is Pandemic. It's still on my large scroll frame. So this is where I'm at. What I did on it this time is I worked on this motif here, this bird here, and I extended this part of the border from about here all the way this way, give or take. So I extended the border, I did this bird, and I did this part of this motif right there. This all kind of conglomerates into one big motif down here. But that is where I got on Pandemic. And again, Pandemic may win this bracket. I don't know. I'm not going to say because it really depends on the rolls. So that went up against a new start for me, which was the pin kit for the Umbrella Painter. This was a kit that I had picked up when I went out to California. I was in California at a shop in Brea that has since closed down, and they had this kit sitting there, and I've never seen a pin kit, a pin cross-stitch kit before, so I picked it up. I thought the piece was rather cute, and it's just really pretty. It came with all the floss. I'm not entirely sure what kind of floss. It doesn't say. It doesn't say if it's DMC or Anchor or whatnot, but the floss is numbered like 1 to 43. There's like how many colors? There's 46 colors in this, 46 different colors, and the chart comes in this booklet. It's a booklet chart, and it's all in colors. So I made color copies of it, and so I could have a working copy. But anyway, this was a new start. This is being stitched on a piece of, this is being stitched on, that is not what I'm looking for, that is what I'm looking for, 32 count Sea Spray linen, 32 count Sea Spray linen, and this is the top. So this is a spoke, it's a blue, this is the middle, this is about in the middle, this is a spoke of one of the umbrellas. So if you look at the umbrella in the middle, it is going to be, I believe, this part of this spoke right here. Not the one that fades out really quick. It's the second one in. That is roughly the middle. So that is where I started. This is 91 stitches, so this will only get 4 dice. Pandemic is going to get a total of 8, so this could be a blowout. Everything else is pretty even. Well, the last bracket isn't so even, but anyway, that is where I got 32 count sea spray linen. I'm doing that 2 over 2. Make sure I get everything back in the bag. So this was a new start. All right, so that is for the push it bracket. Let me get this in here with all the rest of the stuff. All right, so my last pairing down here is what I call the 40 lashes, or the 40 count fight. So I am pitting Saltwater Scrapbook by Lindy Stitches in the blue flower. You guys have probably remember seeing that. Up against Lindy Stitches Jackalopean Tapestry. Jackalopean Tapestry is a new start for me. So I call that 40 lashes, or the 40 count fight, because I'm doing both pieces 40 count fabric over 1 thread over 2. So I was kind of happy to do that. So for Saltwater Scrapbook, this was the collaboration piece. So here is where I'm at. This is the mist linen that is recommended. I got the kit from Lindy Stitches with the project bag and the flosses and whatnot. But anyway, so this is the octopus thing. And the part that I worked on were these tentacles. So I had part of this tentacle right here done on the side. So I finished up the tentacle and came around and up this other tentacle. So that is all the stitches I put on it the night I worked on it. This one got 109 stitches. So 109 stitches from this tentacle around and then back up around that one. 109 stitches. So that was Saltwater Scrapbook. That right back in the bag. And then the new start that I pitted up against it. I was working on this one today because today was my last day for stitching the bracket. So this is Jackalopean Tapestry by Lindy Stitches. You've probably seen this on other channels. And I'm doing this on a piece of 40 count Newcastle vintage mocha linen, and it's still in my Q-snap. So this is where I got. Okay, this vintage mocha linen, you can see it's modeled on one side, but it's actually quite plain on the back. So I'm doing it on the more modeled side because I think it looks really pretty. But so I am working on this top border right here, this side. So, yep. I got the top border in. There is 150 stitches in this. So this one is going to get 7 dice. Saltwater Scrapbook had 109 stitches, so that's only going to get 5 dice. So this could be a blowout, or maybe not. It's really hard to say. So the only one that isn't really fair, so to speak, is the push it one with Pandemic versus the Pin Umbrella Painter. So we shall get to the dice rolling. All right, and I'm gonna have to switch the camera angle for you so you can see the die rolls. All right. Okay. So let me get set up here to do this. Because I'm not really sure. Alright. I have everything set up. Alright, so I am going to pause this. That could have been bad. My thing just fell over and knocked over a bunch of stuff, including my drink. So I will take a drink and be back with the die rolls with a different camera angle. I'm going to be placing you facing down so you can see my die rolls. Alright, so I'll be back with the die rolls for March Stitchy Madness so we can determine the winners of the next the ones that advance to next week's stitching. All right, be back soon. All right, hi everybody, it's me again, and I'm back with rolling for March Stitchy Madness. So the first bracket that we're going to take care of here is the small punches bracket. It is between my StitchCon Small that got 92 stitches and Mill Hill Baby Jesus that got 85 stitches the night I worked on them. Each of them gets a die roll of 4 die. Put that one off to the side. So I will roll the 4 die for each project and determine who wins and moves on to the next bracket. Okay, so we will do the StitchCon Small first. Here we go. All right, so rolling, here we go. So, Jesus, what is that? Okay, that is a 6. So we have 6. So we have a die roll of 6. You see the little dot after that? So that is a 6. We have a 5. A die roll of 5. All right, I have to get that. Where is it? There it is. So there is the die roll of 5 right there. Six, 5. You see here we have a die roll of 14. And then we have here a die roll of 18. 18. For a grand total of, so we have, I'm going to go ahead and write this on a sticky note. So StitchCon, we have a total of 43. Okay. Then we do Mill Hill Baby Jesus, which also gets 4. All right. So we have 4. All right. So we have here Mill Hill Baby Jesus, 85 stitches, gets 4 dice. All right. So, okay, this could be interesting. All right, we have first die roll is a 19. Second die roll here is a 2. Third die roll here is a 16. And fourth die roll here is a 7. Gosh, this was close. 44. Okay, so we have our winners. StitchCon Small got a die roll of 43. Baby Jesus had a die roll of 44. So I'm going to actually move that over. So we have 44. StitchCon Small, 43. Baby Jesus, 44. So Mill Hill Baby Jesus moves on. Mill Hill Baby Jesus. And we're going to mark it in purple. So we have a score of 44. So Mill Hill Baby Jesus moves on. Okay. So then the next bracket down here, we have Amid Amish Life with 211 stitches versus Evening Feed with 208 stitches. Pretty close. They both get 10 die rolls. So I have 5 dice. I'm going to roll the 5 dice twice and get the results. All right, so here we go. First roll, we're doing Amid Amish Life. 10 dice. 10 die rolls. All right, so we're going to clear that. So the first die roll right here is a 1. Okay, so we have a 1. The next die roll we have, you're not going to be able to see that real well, 16. Next die roll we have right here is a 17. Next die roll right here we have right here is a 4. And next die roll we have is another 16. All right. So then I roll these again because there's 10. All right. So then over here we have a 10. Then we have a 4. Then we have a 9. You see the dot. The dot there is there. So that is a 9. We have a 17. And then we have 18. So the grand total for this, the grand total for a mid-Amish life is 112 points. Okay, 112 points. And then evening feed also gets 10 die rolls, so I'm going to do the same thing. So we have this. All right. Oh, this is going to be tough, you guys, because these rolls are low. I told you this could happen. So the first thing we have, the first number we have is a 6. Second number we have is another 6. Third number we have is a 15. Okay. Next number we have is a 15. There we go. It was a 15. Next number we have is a 9. 6, 6, 15, 15, 9. Clear everything. 6 plus 6 plus 15 plus 15 plus 6 plus 6 plus 15 plus 15 9. All right, so I'm going to have to check that. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and stop, watch the video, and I'll be right back. All right, so I went back and did check. My rolls were 6, 6, 15, 15, and 9. All right, so that is the first set of 5 for this one. So I'm rolling the second set now. The second set, we have, first die is an 18. Okay. Next one, look at that, a 20. Next one, uh-oh, I rolled a 1. Next one, 14. And the last number is 9. 9. So, this was really close too. Evening feed got 113. So you guys, a mid-Amish life had 112. Evening feed had 113. So Amish life had 112. Evening feed had 113. So evening feed moves on. So far, the new starts are winning this bracket. It looks like it's going to be a new start versus maybe another new start for the end of the month. There's my highlighter. Evening feed. There we go. 213. Evening feed moves on. All right. The next bracket, we have Pandemic versus Pin Umbrella Painter. Pandemic, this could be a blowout, you guys. Pandemic gets 8. So I'm going to roll 4 dice twice. All right. So Pandemic, 8 dice. Here we go. We have, let me clear out my tally. We have an 11. We have a 4. We have a 9. You can see the little dot there. And we have another 9. So we have 11, 4, 9, and 9. Okay, that was the first roll of 4. So we have 12. We have 19. we have 3, and then we have 5. For a total, this is for Pandemic. Pandemic has a total of 72. Okay, now the next one only gets 4. This is Pin Umbrella Painter 4. This could win. I could get all 20s on it. It needs quite a bit of help in order for the Umbrella Painter to win, because I have to beat a 72 on 4 dice, because I'm only rolling 4 dice for Pin Stitch Umbrella. So this could actually be a little one-sided. All right, so 4 for Pin Umbrella Painter. Yeah, this one's going to be kind of a no-brainer winner. So the first one we have is 15. Next one we have is a 16. Next one we have is a 7. And next one we have is a 2. Right there, 2. So unfortunately, Pin Umbrella Painter only got a score of 40. So it was 72 for Pandemic versus 40 for the Pin Umbrella Painter. So Pandemic moves on to the next bracket. 72. And this one had 40. So we have Pandemic. Pandemic moves on. All right, let me go ahead and highlight this. Pandemic moves on. All right, so far we have 2 new starts and a whip moving on. So it's going to be kind of interesting, because if the Saltwater Scrapbook beats Jackalopean Tapestry, which Jackalopean Tapestry has a slight edge. We're doing 7 die for Jackalopean and only 5 die for Saltwater Scrapbook. If Saltwater Scrapbook moves on, the final battle is going to be between a new start and a whip. So that could be kind of interesting, you guys. All right, so let's do it. Saltwater Scrapbook has 5 dice. Okay, 5 dice. Here we go. So, all right. First dice is a 10. The second die is a 3. Third die is a 12. Fourth die is an 18. Fifth die is a 3. Okay. Saltwater Scrapbook only gets 5 dice, so that is it. Saltwater Scrapbook's total is 46. Okay. So we have a 46. Jackalopean Tapestry has to beat a 46. And I get 7 dice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a 5 die. And then I'm going to roll 2 more after that. Alright? So here we go with the first 5 dice for Jackalopean Tapestry. So the first die we have is a 3. Next one we have is a 5. Next one we have is a 1. I rolled a 1. Next die we have is a 13. Next die we have is a 17. Okay. Oh, it's going to be close, you guys. All right, so I have 2 more die I need to roll. So far, Saltwater Scrapbook is winning with a score of 46. The tally for Jackalopean Tapestry is only 39. I only have 2 dice to roll. And that is a difference of 7, you guys. A difference of 7. So I need to come up with 7 on these 2 dice for Jackalopean Tapestry to beat out Saltwater Scrapbook. Okay? Alright, here we go. You ready? Let's do this. Oh, alright, you guys. You see this? Alright, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a double. I don't know if you guys can see this really well or not. I rolled 2 18s. So we add 18 to this, and then another 18 to this. The total for Jackalopean Tapestry is 75. Okay, so the last two are kind of blowouts. All right. So Jackalopean Tapestry, you guys, a score of 46 to 75. Jackalopean Tapestry is moving on. All right. So here we go. Jackalopean. I'm going to call it Jack Tap. And Jack Tap had a score of 75. And Saltwater Scrapbook had a score of 46. Oh, this is interesting, you guys. Okay, Jackalopean Tapestry. All right, so looking at my bracket here, you can see the only whip that was not a new start that made it through to the next round is Pandemic. We'll see if Pandemic can hold out over Jackalopean Tapestry over the next week. And then we'll come back later next week with the roll to determine who the 2 finalists are for March Stitchy Madness. Okay, so you can find more information out about the March Stitchy Madness Challenge on the Steel City Stitchers YouTube channel. I will try to remember to put the link to their video, their actual video that talks about March Stitchy Madness, where you can also find the bracket. They give instructions down here on how they do it, but you can do this any way you want. Just, you know, you can choose 8 new starts, 8 whips. Do it whatever you want, however you want. You know, just kind of do it this way. You can roll like I did to determine who wins. That way it's not necessarily by stitches. You know, it was pretty clear that there was going to be 2 distinct winners out of this, but you know, it wasn't really clear on the top 2 brackets. But you could do it the same way I did it, and then or you know, whatever, however you want to do it. So anyway, I will be coming back to you hopefully in a week or so to pick the winners for my next bracket. We have Mill Hill's Baby Jesus going against Diane Graebner's Evening Feed. Then we have Long Dog Sampler's Pandemic going up against Lindy Stitch's Jackalopean Tapestry. I do know that I've also got to work on my StitchCon Small. So technically StitchCon Small is moving along as well, but it's not in the running to see who's going to win March Stitchy Madness. Because I do need to get my StitchCon Small stitching finished so I can actually finish it for StitchCon in June. So, that being said, oh goodness, that is all I have for you for this round. I hope you enjoyed my my version of March Stitchy Madness. Hopefully you'll follow along and everything like that. And hopefully you've enjoyed the little March Stitchy Madness update. Alright, that's all I have for you this video. I will be planning on recording my next little video that shows my haul from market. I went to my local needlework shop here in Columbus yesterday to pick up my market haul. So you will be seeing that in my next little video that I'm planning on uploading pretty much right after this one gets uploaded. So hopefully this will be ready for you. Anyway, I'm really glad to see you. I look forward to seeing you next week when I determine who moves on to the next round between these 4 pieces. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye.